Alright, power steering rack on this RD1 has been removed. I'll show you how I did it.
Let's go.
First of all,
Yeah.
think of this rack still in the car. Alright, it's still under the subframe and all. What you need to do first is take off the lines off of it. So you're going to take off the return line and the pressure line. Also remove this fitting. Alright, this is going to get in the way, so you have to remove this fitting. Alright, remove this fitting when you pull it out. I also removed the whole power steering line. I wanted this out of the way. Alright, I wanted that out of the way, so I pulled the whole thing out. This is the pressure line. If you don't know where that's coming out from, it's right here on top. Alright, it comes out top from the power steering pump, goes up here, it's clamped on here, and runs down back there. Alright, I just took the whole line out, get it out of the way, and so I don't have to worry about it. Then what I did is I removed both ends of the outer tie rods. Alright, the outer tie rods were removed. Both outer tie rods, both sides. We go under. I did remove the transfer case. There's 4 bolts. Alright, I know the bolts are the wrong way. It's just so I know where those 2 or 4 bolts came off. I only have the 3 because the other bolt is on the actual support bracket. So you take the support bracket, your exhaust off, your catalytic converter. I took the whole header off because I'm putting the PLM header. Take all that down, and right there you can see everything has been taken off. I also had to take off the transmission cable line because I have an automatic. So you take the transmission selector gear cover and just pull out the cable, take out the transfer case, also your whole header and catalytic converter. I just had to drop the 4 bolts off my drive shaft, but I had to take off the whole transfer case. Alright, so the way you pull this steering rack out is that you're going to go ahead, because I'm on the driver's side, is you're going to push this power steering rack to the passenger side. You're going to push it to the passenger side. Once you get it as far as you can, you're going to shimmy it down and then push it back on that way, or push it that way. You're going to bring this end, the driver end, down and then pull it back out that way. All right, that's how I took mine out. I did not have to take out the power, the inner tie rods for any of it. I just had to pull it out the certain way. You make sure that you take off those fittings off that power steering rack. If you don't, it's gonna get in the way. That fitting will get in the way when you start moving it around in that subframe. So go ahead and remember the way you pull this out for the power steering rack. All right, I'm on the driver's side, so think of this screwdriver as my power steering rack. Okay, so you're gonna push it to the passenger side as far as you can, drop the driver's side down and bring it down this way, and it'll slide right out. I did not have to take the inner tie rods, and it just literally came out. Just make sure you pull those fittings off as good as possible. And before I did any of this work, I put PB Blaster on everything. I soaked everything for at least a day. Make sure you put PB Blaster on everything, or some kind of WD-40 or liquid wrench, some kind of penetrating lubricant, so that it makes your life easier when you take those fittings. So that top fitting on the return part right here, right there, that fitting was a 17. I actually used the box end wrench side of the combination wrench. It was a 17, and then I used another wrench to assist it down, to assist that wrench, so I could actually break it off or break it loose. And then the power steering pressure line was a 14, if I recall. It was pretty easy for me to get out. Just make sure you use a lot of penetrating lubricant when you do this. All right, so that's how I did my power steering rack for this RD1. It was pretty easy. It's just getting all the stuff out. That was the hard part. Hope that helps you guys out. ASG Chris out. Smith Garage.